Addiction. Something that has plagued our generation. And I am here to talk about an addiction that has gone almost unnoticed, almost untalked about. It's unrecognized by the natural community. Yes, I'm here to talk about candy addiction. Hi, I'm Brad. And I'm here to talk about an addiction that has gone unrecognized by society. That is candy addiction, and I have many friends who suffer from it. Okay, 2 friends that suffer from it. One of them has a unnatural attachment to Sour Patch Kids, but we're not going to talk about her today. We're going to talk about my friend, Wedham. So Wedham and me go back a long ways. Okay, we know each other since we were like in 4th grade. You know, the age where you think it's funny to flip boogers at each other. That's how long we go back. So he has a very, very fond lovingness of candy, I guess you'd say. Listen, I'm not even exaggerating. He doesn't love candy. He's in love with candy. Okay, I could imagine him being Scarface with a desk with a mound of pixie sugar on top of it, just thrusting his face into it. Okay, he once walked into my room, emptied my box of mints into his pocket, and walked out and left the empty box laying there. I mean, who does that? You know who does that? A fucking addict. That's who does that. Okay? He has a problem. And today I'm here to tell you a story about that problem. We're going to fast forward to when we were about 17 and we were in a punk rock band and we played in this shitty rundown little trailer. And when I say rundown shitty little trailer, I mean it was so rundown and shitty that it was a trailer that you would neglect to buy meth from. Okay? People probably walk in and be like, "Excuse me, sir, but I will not be purchasing my meth at this establishment. Okay, I am a tweaker, but I have standards." Okay, so it was my cousin's trailer, and he had it just to practice in. Honestly, he just had this trailer completely gutted on the inside and amps inside, and you just go in there and jam out. So every time that we would go to practice, my friend Wedham would stop by the convenience store and buy a giant bag of just assorted candy. And then he'd come into practice and he'd unload his treasure on top of his bass amp. Yeah, he played bass. He's that guy too. He'd unload this bag of candy on top of his freaking amp and just snack on it, binge on it the whole time we're playing. So we're in there and we're jamming out. And me and the guitar player, who we are going to call Damien Destruction, and the drummer, who we are going to call Carl Catastrophe, was sitting there talking because we were in the middle of a song. We had some ideas and we go over the side and we're sitting there talking, and Wedham doesn't really join us. Now, as we're talking, I'm looking over, and I see him sneaking behind Carl's drum set like he's Nicolas fucking Cage and National fucking Treasure, sneaking something out from behind it, like sidestepping all the way back to his amp. And I'm going to go ahead and stop right here because I need to explain something to make this story make sense. It's going to seem a little off topic, but do you know those old ketchup bottles that diners have? You know what I'm talking about, like a cylinder with a top on it, and they had honey bottles that were similar. They were this cylinder that was see-through and it had the white top on top of it, and you could see the honey yummy goodness inside of it, the golden yumminess. And well, anyway, coming back to the story, he tips this bottle up as he's at his drum set that looks, for all intents and purposes, it's a honey bottle like that with honey inside of it. And he tips it up and just starts chugging it. And as he does it, we just watch and just because we know what's in the bottle and we're wondering what's happening. And he just starts gagging and just turns around, makes this horrible noise, and he has the most displeased look on his face as he has the liquid just guzzling, the golden liquid guzzling out from his mouth, just running down his chin. And we're just looking at him, and I'm like, why the fuck are you drinking drum oil? And he's like, I thought it was honey, which raised more questions, because I'm like, dude, why would Carl keep a bottle of honey behind his drum set? And I realized that the sugar has rotted his brain to the point that this makes sense. He figures that everyone has this crippling sugar addiction that he has, and that someone would keep a bottle of honey behind their drum set. Anyway, he had a big pile of candy on top of his fucking bass amp, so it makes me wonder why he would go steal Carl's honey if he had all this candy. It's just selfish, okay? It's selfish, it doesn't make sense, and he probably got what he deserved. Of course, that was the moment that we knew that we probably needed to see if there was actually rehab for people that were addicted to sugar. And the only one we could find was one ran by Captain Crunch. And I'm pretty sure that was a underground drug ring. Anyway, I hope you like this story. And I hope you subscribe and comment and let me know what you thought of it. And all in all, if there is a lesson to be learned from this story, it would be that you don't take candy from strangers or drummers. Bye.